In October of 2013, a 27-year-old Wisconsin woman vanished, seemingly without a trace. 48 Hours correspondent Peter Van Sant takes a look at two missions: the search to find her and the search for justice.
Her social media goes dead. Her debit card goes dead.
Like the rest of Milwaukee, Assistant District Attorney Sarah Hill found Kelly Dwyer's sudden disappearance baffling.
It's like she just isn't anymore.
27-year-old Kelly worked as a nanny and as a salesperson in an athletic clothing store.
I think that people saw those images and realized this could be my daughter, this could be my best friend.
Catherine Spano, then a detective with the Milwaukee Police Department, learned that Kelly was last seen on a date with 38-year-old Chris Zacco.
He was smart. He had a nice car, a beautiful condo down on the east side.
In fact, it was at that condo where police traced Kelly's final steps as she and Chris arrived back from their night out.
That's the last time that she is ever seen alive by anyone.
Detective Tammy Trammell McLean says the building's cameras would provide another clue by what is not seen.
She didn't come out of the building.
Kelly is never seen leaving the next morning, as Zacco claimed.
At this point, we're thinking the worst.
And for you, the worst is what?
That she's deceased.
But investigators caught a break when they learned Zacco took a 160-mile round trip the day after Kelly's disappearance to go to the Mouse House near Madison, Wisconsin, one cheese shop in a state full of cheese shops.
Why would he drive up toward Madison to buy cheese?
It's a very good question.
Police got the answer to that question and many more, finally charging Zacco in Kelly's death, with his trial starting almost 5 years after she first vanished.
All right, Peter Van Sant is with me now. Now, Peter, I don't want you to give away too much, but so somebody goes into a building and you don't...
28 cameras.
28 cameras. None of those cameras catch her coming out of the building, but she's not there, so she must have left the building somehow. How do police explain that?
Well, that is the great mystery that goes throughout this entire case,
Right.
because in the garage where her boyfriend had his vehicle, there are motion-activated cameras, and yet they did not trigger, did not begin rolling until he was at the trunk of his car. Investigators believe they see a little sliver of a silver color. He had a silver-colored golf travel bag that they theorize he put Kelly in, put her in the trunk, and drove her away.
But they didn't really see him dragging it because the cameras weren't working.
They weren't working.
At least at the time. So then, were her remains ever found?
About 19 months later, a man is out on a walk, and there's a little glint of sunlight that he notices by some bushes. He goes to check it out, and it's a skull, and it's Kelly Dwyer's remains, but they were so far decomposed, it was a skeleton. There was no evidence to be gleaned from the body.
So I don't know who the suspect was, obviously, but do we know anything about a motive? I mean, it certainly looks like her and her boyfriend were having a good night out in that video.
They were having a good night out, and the motive, this is very sensitive, but they were engaging allegedly in some very risky practices in the bedroom, and that might have led to her death.
Man, these 48-hour mysteries always take a turn on you. Very, very interesting, Peter. Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you.
You can see Peter's 48 Hours report, The Disappearance of Kelly Dwyer, tomorrow night at 10, 9 Central on CBS.